Good day, everyone. Alice here from Safi Financial Network. Today is October 9, 2023. Here is another daily analysis. Happy Thanksgiving to all Canadian folks. And we had very hard time last weekend. Just that there is still ongoing geopolitical tension in Middle East, Israel and Hamas. They're just fighting with each other. It's been decades there. There is unsolved problem in that area, and hopefully everything getting resolved sooner than later, because the only beneficiary for that one is going to be murdered and killing people for lots of innocent civilians from both sides. So hope everything is getting resolved soon. We had kind of like an uptick today due to geopolitical tension, as I said. Future market just opened up a gap down, open here somewhere around, I think for SPY or S&P 500, it just opened up at 42.81 and then going all the way down to 42.60. Then buyers just recommitting back again and push the market higher all the way up to 4,300, 43.36, which is kind of like a coming along exactly with our analysis. So as I said, folks, in the weekly analysis, we don't care about these stuff. Yeah, fundamentals can be market mover, but due to geopolitical tension and anything like that, this could be kind of like the buying opportunity. And technical analysis just gives me more signal for the upside, at least to 44.30. So 44.30, that's going to be kind of like a decisive moment for the market, and or somewhere around there. So if you see this trend line is coming down, and also market just have another 100 point to the upside, and that could be kind of like important area, which is gonna be the second or third week of October. And if we see kind of like a higher low here, that could be kind of, if it retraces back up again to test this trend line, we should say this is getting for ready for a breakout to the upside, and any close above 44,500 could be a fantastic buying opportunity, or I should say the bottom is there. So I think the bottom is there, at least multi-weeks bottom is there, as I mentioned before, like on Friday, on Thursday. I just mentioned that even last week in a couple of videos, especially on Tuesday and Wednesday, I said probable scenario is going to be bottom is going to be this week, at least multi-weeks bottom. And fair enough, we had bottom last week, and this bottom can be last for next 2-3 weeks, at least 4 months, 4 weeks, I should say. And November, after November, we should see a rally like the other years, or we should just see a bounce to here. But this bounce, even if you're just calling for a bounce, it's going to be a very sizable, decisive bounce to the upside. So we'll see how it goes. Based on the stochastic, we are just getting to the fast line again, and some people are saying because we are getting to overbought condition, probably that's going to be a time for sell. I should say no, because weekly chart just that gives me confirmation that we just got into a weekly low, and any pullback could be opportunity for buy. Moving on to Nasdaq, which was kind of like interesting. Nasdaq was kind of like getting all the way down to 14,800, but we got the bottom here. So again, I just trigger another buy signal here to my Telegram platform, which is a Safi Financial Network. It's going to be a free for everyone. You don't need to pay any fee if you are not there. So make sure that go to Telegram platform, install it. It's free. Go to Safi Financial channel. So we trigger this bottom here. Right now, we just got into our first profit, first target, and we just booked that profit off the table. I should say this is going to be very important level, especially 15,200 for Nasdaq is going to be important. If you just go to smaller time frame, like a 2-hour chart, I just want to show you something pretty neat. So here is the first target that I just pointed there, because it goes to this pivotal point, to this breakout to the downside. So we should see kind of like a hiccup or kind of like a pullback to this area. But after this bottoming formation, you see market gap down, formed bottom, a nice surge in 4 hours to the upside. Right now, if it consolidates here, I should say the next level is going to be 15,100 to 15,072. And if it goes to this area, which is going to be this, I should say lots of resistances there. So 15,200, I should say, is going to be a last trench for bears. And also it's going to be a good hike for bulls. So if it gets there, you should see kind of like a sell-off all the way to here, or kind of like a next buying opportunity, I should say. And if we break out this trend line to the upside, which I think it's gonna happen. Lots of people still just don't think about that, but I believe this. If you go to weekly chart here, so weekly tells me that we're at the beginning of a next rally, and if we break out above 15,200 to 15,400, we should say can go all the way up to test this double top around 16,500 or even 17,000 is coming down the road for Nasdaq. So again, all in all, we should see some kind of like a pullback as a buying opportunity. This W pattern is forming in a daily chart and nicely triggered to the upside. Right now, we are just heading into this 15,200 for a supply area. And this supply area can be kind of like a decisive for NASDAQ, especially when we're getting there. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to UF30, which is Dow Jones. Dow had same pattern like the other indexes. Dow form out very, very nicely this bottoming formation here, getting all the way up. The next resistance is going to be 33,800 to 34,100 is going to be this decisive resistance here. Again, Dow can get here, and also it can get all the way to 34,400. Pullback could be kind of like a buying opportunity for 34,900 or 35,000. Anything above this, I should say, pullback could be a fantastic buying opportunity. That's what I see for Dow. I know it's not going to be a straight line, but I believe this bottom could be multi-VIX bottom, something like this. With this one, we went all the way up here, but multi-VIX coming down. Again, another surge, consolidation, another surge. So it's not going to go straight to the upside. I should say this bottom here is kind of like a decisive bottom for Dow Jones. Moving on to individual names, starting with yield. Yield just had a nice candle to the downside. It just went down and getting to this sub 5% area. So if it breaks 5%, 4.80, that could be kind of like decisive for yield, because any breakout or breakdown from 4.75, that could be kind of like a spike. It can go all the way down to here. Remember, yield is taking stairs to go up. When it comes down, it takes elevator to getting down. So it can be a sharp move to the downside. Again, a look at for 4.75%. Moving on to treasuries, which has inverse correlation with yield and getting back to the upside nicely, 84 to 85. Bottom forms there. Still looking for kind of like confirmation. If it gets to 90.91 and consolidates here, probably the next level is going to be 97. After 97, I should say, if it breaks to the upside, we can go all the way up to 107. So, and based on the monthly chart, which I'm going to cover this later, we have a nice buying opportunity here. But again, monthly chart takes monthly candle. It's not going to be a day or two. It can get like a month to get higher. But if it is the bottom for the treasuries, next year could be outperformer of the year of the other assets as well compared to the other ones as well. So we'll see how it goes. Gold had a nice surge to the upside. Money is coming to risk off assets, and gold is getting back above 1860. That's very, very important level. 1860 needs to be held by gold. Consolidation can get to 1900. And after that, it should be kind of like people should be careful about this, because still it's going to be in downtrend. This is going to be a high. This is going to be a lower high, low, and this is going to be a lower high, lower low. So when we are getting to this trend, it's going to be another probable a lower high, and we will see how it goes. Moving on to US crude, which had a gapped up to the upside, 4% to the upside. But the sellers just took control. I believe crude could be a spike. Is still going to 87 to 90, but I'm not sure about this. This is kind of like a strong resistance here, and also this pattern here as well. Breakout. We just got into this. So any kind of like a sell-off, if you see something like that, you shouldn't be surprised. Even it can take out this, getting all the way down to 76. Then we can see some kind of like a buyers again getting back to the crude, and that could be kind of like a spot for getting long position. VIX is coming down. Just imagine geopolitical tensions. VIX just hammered 5.50% to the downside. So this means the stock market is not panicking. I know some people just got panicked at the early session, but VIX just sold off all the entire session to the downside, getting to $17.70, and still I believe has more room to go to the downside. Dixie just coming down. Seems like the top is there for Dixie. Dollar is getting weaker and weaker. Any pullback to the upside would be sold by sellers. So if it gets below 105, then Dixie can go all the way down here to 103. Moving on to technology indicators, which is our Magma index. Nice surge to the upside. Magma is getting close to breakout level. So folks, this is kind of like a leading indicator. If it gets above this, I'm gonna say Nasdaq and S&P flag can break out to the upside, because this one is not giving us lower low, it gives us higher low. And also right now it's just about to break out to the upside. So if this pattern break out to the upside, that is very, very strong pattern. It can go all the way up to here. So I was waiting for this area, but it didn't give us any opportunities. So this means kind of like a leading indicator, big techies are getting back to the bullish momentum. Apple, just a $1.50 change to the upside. Apple can go to 180 to 183. Amazon, 30 cents to the upside. Not a bad price action at all. Meta, $2.93 to the upside. Great surge to the upside. Meta just broke above this flag, and this can go higher to 342. Microsoft, $2.56 up. Not a bad price action at all. If it goes above 340, can go all the way to 347, and also this double top, which is 370. Google just 84 cents up. Not a bad price action. It gets back to this top. And the next one is going to be Netflix, which kind of like a forming pretty close to our bottom information here. So I was looking for just a smaller dip here to get him back up. We bought option on this, and nicely we are in the money. So this is kind of like a nice demand area based on this. And we just are looking for another surge to the upside, probably above $400 is coming for next days. Tesla, not a bad price action. 86 cents loss today, but still bullish momentum is there. Semiconductors, it was kind of like a weak early session, but came back up. SMA 38 cents loss. Not a bad price action though. SOX $1.20 down. Not a bad as well. So it's just forming the bottom here. TSM 30 cents down. AMD 27 cents down. Consolidation can spike price to $120. NVIDIA $4.89 down. But early session was kind of like a more unclear, but later and later it gets back to the bullish momentum. If NVIDIA work out this pattern, I should say that's going to be a failure of head and shoulder. And if it gets above a 485, it can go higher high, surprisingly. And we'll see how it goes. Texas Instrument, this one is in great spot, to be honest, and it's very, very tentative. It can go to 173 if you ask me. Lamb Research, 42 cents down, not a bad price action. A small bull flag here, it can go higher to 642. Moving on to financials, XLF, which is a spider financial, it can go to $33 KBE, 4 cents up. This pattern, if it breaks up to the upside, that would be kind of like a repeat, can go all the way up to $40. And we'll see how it goes. KRE, 2 cents down. JP Morgan, 33 cents down. Goldman Sachs, 30 cents up. Bank of America 24 cents up. Not a bad price action for this. Wells Fargo 1 cent up. Again, it's just like getting a bottoming formation here for banks. Moving on to gold miners, which they just spiked to the upside nicely. Seems like the bottom is there, at least the short term. GDX 65 cents up, GDXJ 80 cents up with a gap. Hold up the entire session bullish. AEM $1.24 up. Newmont 17 cents loss. So Newmont cannot hold up the gap and cannot carry on the bullish momentum. That's kind of like a weak. But Franco-Nevada, even after hours, it goes to $100 36.26. Not a bad price action at all. Franco-Nevada can go all the way up to above 140, at least for the short term. It can go to 142, and there is going to be a resistance there. Gold Barrick, a nice surge to the upside. Doji Bar 27 cents, 1.85% to the upside. Moving on to XLE, which is energy, and they're just kind of like a following up with crude, a nicely surged to the upside, $2.86 to the upside. XOP, oil and gas exploration ETF, $5.79 up. OIH, this one is getting up, but all of them just getting to the resistance exactly like crude. So that's what I'm saying. Just be careful on these names because they can just have another probable scenario is going to be another spike to the upside, but that would be it. So they can just get back to the bearish momentum. Exxon, $3.77 up. Chevron, $4.49 up. Not a bad price action at all. And Oxy, nice surge to the upside, getting above this dynamic trend line, $2.78 up. So still lots of tensions are there, geopolitical tensions, economical tensions, financial tensions. So the world is not in a good place right now. It's going to be a shaky, fragile, but based on our technical analysis, we should have more upside move for the market, at least for the short term. So we will see how it goes. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.